MAGA influencers are furious with the Trump administration and are melting down online after their favorite talking point got once again stonewalled by Bondi. We'll show you Bondi's clips in a moment, but first, here's what sparked the whole fiasco. Republican Congressman James Comer said this.
I hope James has the Epstein files, because I don't think the Department of Justice has them, or at least the Attorney General does not have them, or she would have turned them over. The president ordered them released. The Attorney General ordered them released. We all know they have not been released. And one of my biggest fears that I had, and I expressed this with Kash Patel and a lot of people, Stephen Miller, and a lot of people going into the new administration. I'm like, I hope they're not shredding documents right now. This was a few weeks before the transition. I said, I hope they're not shredding documents.
Those comments, that speculation, prompted Bondi to go speak to the media, and her comments ended up infuriating the MAGA base even further. Here's what Bondi had to say.
James Comer said yesterday that all the Epstein files are missing. Can you confirm the status of them? They still haven't heard from you.
No, the FBI, they're reviewing. There are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going through that. I haven't seen that statement, but I'll call him later and find out.
Kyle Becker tweets, let's add another victim, the millions of Americans who wonder if there are powerful elites implicated in this Epstein ring who are compromised and should be in prison, but the U.S. government is protecting them. Release what you know. It doesn't take this long to redact documents. And that is a fact, and it's shady. And of course, the one person that nobody on the MAGA side is implicating is Donald Trump, the one person who they actually have evidence knew Jeffrey Epstein very well and is photographed with him and videotaped with him and spoke about how much he liked young girls, meaning he knew that, maybe firsthand, maybe up close, maybe he knew it himself. But that's the one person they seem to think is not involved in this conspiracy. But they are still very steamed nonetheless. 3-year Letterman posting the famous clown makeup meme saying, the files are on my desk. The files will be released tomorrow. The files will be released in phases. Here's a trapper keeper, referencing the binder of information they gave to MAGA influencers who then said, we got the Epstein files, and there was just the same information that had been released before, almost entirely. So they're being played. Tired of being politically correct posted, I don't need them to go through thousands of videos. A preliminary report would be helpful 100 days in. That's 100% correct, yet they're not releasing it. How strange. Mirthful moments recap the whole saga very well. We're going to release the files, but you have to wait until Trump wins. We're going to release the files. You're going to have to wait until Bondi gets in too. We're going to release the files. Okay, well, 24 hours after Cash gets confirmed. We're going to release them. You got to give him more than 24 hours. Jeez. We're going to release the files. You just wait. They're on Bondi's desk right now. We're going to release them. Hopefully tomorrow we'll release some info. We're going to release them. Just a sec. Got to hand out these little binders to a handful of social media influencers first. We're going to release them. Okay, we're going to do this in phases. It's total garbage. It's total BS. Everybody knows it. As Julie McBain posted, it's hard to defend this when the story keeps changing and nothing is coming out. Well, that's sort of the MO of the Trump White House, isn't it? Continually changing stories, no truth coming out whatsoever. That's what they do. And then, in something I didn't think I'd see in my lifetime, Marjorie Taylor Greene went on TYT and spoke to Cenk at length, and they covered this topic, and she echoed Comer's comments.
Epstein files. How disappointed are you that they have not come out yet? And do you have a theory as to why they haven't?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me about that. You know what I've been saying for quite a few years now is I guarantee you most of that information has already been destroyed. I can't imagine that it still exists. And I would like to, of course, we want to see all the information, but I just think it's been destroyed. That's my own personal opinion. But I think there's other foreign countries that probably have information on that as well. And it would be nice if they would release the information that they have.
Oh, that's interesting. Which foreign countries do you think might have information about that?
I would guess some of our greatest allies, Israel probably has information there. I would not be surprised at all if they did. The UK, I bet would have information. I'm not sure who else, but I would suspect those countries.
Are you disappointed that the Trump administration has not put it out yet?
I'm disappointed that many administrations haven't put it out. The Biden administration should have put it out. I think a lot of people should have put it out. But again, I'll go back to this. I I have a hard time believing that it all still is there.
Yeah. Any theories on what happened?
I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you. Do I think he committed suicide? Nope, I don't think so. But again, that's just my opinion.
So is there a rift between the MAGA movement, for whom MTG pretty much is the de facto spokesperson, now that there's an official administration that is somewhat separate of MAGA, and is that a rift between them and the Trump administration? Is that growing? Because MAGA elected Trump, Trump created MAGA, but so far they're not getting what Trump promised them they would get. They're not mad at Trump about it, like I said, but they're getting mad at everybody around Trump. That's a start to see a chasm starting to form here. And the bigger question, why don't they release it? Because everyone seems to think that it's been destroyed already, which my own conspiratorial may be thinking then is that even the people who are saying they're pretty sure it's been shredded is sort of like winking at them, saying if you haven't shredded it, shred it already. Maybe that's why Comer's saying that. Maybe that's why MTG is saying that. My opinion is it's already been shredded. There's no way it still exists. Wink, wink. Regardless, this is one of the pet peeve issues for the MAGA base. And could this spell trouble for them in the primaries? It's a good chance it could, because these Republicans in office will soon have to answer to the conspiracy-driven voters who put them in office. The saddest part about all of it is that there are real victims here. There are human beings, hundreds of women who were abused and taken advantage of and assaulted by Epstein and Maxwell, and Trump's hiding it, and so are his people. Hopefully that changes if the documents still exist. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. You can subscribe to my podcast, Last Week on Earth, for lots more, and follow me on Instagram at Ben Gleib. Thank you.